On the Newsmaker line, Wayne Besen. He is an LGBT activist and the host of the Wayne Besen Show. Wayne, you just a little while ago we had the Family Research Council on, and they are celebrating this as a major victory. I want to get your reaction to the president's decision.
Well, this may be a victory for the Family Research Council, but it was not a victory for the United States of America. I think this was a disgrace. I think it shamed America, it betrayed our values, and worst, it degraded military readiness and destroyed 15,000 careers of service members. And here's what burns me. Wait.
Hold on one second, Wayne. Wayne, hold on one second. You said 15,000 service members. Are you saying there are 15,000 service members who are transgender?
Yeah, there's 15,000 transgender service members. That's
what is your
military force?
Well, Wayne, hold on just one moment. Where are you getting your numbers from on that?
Well, all of the transgender military organizations that are counting transgender members. Those are the numbers that have been put forth in today's news.
Well, Wayne, actually, that's incorrect. According to
not incorrect.
Wayne, just a moment. The Rand Corporation says, according to their estimates, only 2,400 military personnel are transgender, and that's out of the 1.3 million active duty members. Are you disputing that?
Those are the ones that were open, the 15,000 of those who are also not very out about it right now for good reason, because of prejudice. So whether it's 2,400 or 15,000 or 15,000, no, this is important.
Well, no, Wayne, the facts are important.
No, wait a minute.
You're not going to, Wayne, you're going to listen to me for just a moment, and then I'll let you continue. But you put out numbers that are incorrect. And look, this is according to the New York Times reporting today. They're saying only about 2,450 members of the military are transgender. So I want to know where you are getting your facts.
I'm getting my facts from all of the news reports I've read today, and I think what you're doing is distracting from the fact whether it's 2,500 or 15,000, which it's 15,000, by the way. But it doesn't matter, because these are human beings who are serving their military honorably, who are brave, and who, by the way, are just had their careers destroyed by a draft-dodging president who suddenly had bone spurs. This guy was an athlete, Trump, in college.
Okay, we're not talking about Donald Trump in Vietnam here. We're not talking about his military service here, Wayne. We invited you onto the program to talk about the decision by the president to ban transgender folks from the military. Right. If you'd like to talk about that, we're happy to do that. But if you're going to sit here and bash the president and bring up his military status back, decades ago, we're not going to do that. Your choice.
I think you're afraid to talk about it. I think you're afraid to talk about it. I think you're trying to dodge this question, as he dodged the draft with fake bone spurs that miraculously healed after the Vietnam War ended, and which, by the way, he couldn't remember which foot they were on during the campaign. So I would much rather.
Okay, Wayne, here's the deal. If we wanted to talk about Donald Trump's feet, we would have invited a podiatrist on. But we invited you on the program because you are supposedly an expert in this field. You oppose the policy. We're giving you a chance to talk about the policy, and you're not doing it. So I want to ask you this question. What would you say to female members of the military who have problems taking showers and sharing facilities with transgender soldiers? What would you tell those folks?
I think they need to grow up, because a lot of military members don't have a problem being with transgender people who aren't harming anybody.
But what about those that do?
I would much rather stand beside people who fought to get in the military than a president that fought to get out of it.
But again, what would you say to those women who do have a problem? They feel very uncomfortable changing clothes in front of a man who identifies as a woman.
What I think is that a lot of people have been uncomfortable showering, for example, beside African Americans who wanted to serve, who didn't want to serve with women and didn't want to serve with gay people in each instance. Opening up the military to be more inclusive and represent America made the military stronger. This makes the military weaker. We shouldn't pander to people's prejudices and bigots. What we should do is we should open the military up to all patriotic Americans who want to serve, and not diminish their phenomenal service to this country. We're talking about people who are willing to put their lives on the line for America. They should be honored for this. They should not be attacked for it.
All right. Wayne Besen, the host of the Wayne Besen Show, an LGBT activist, thanks for being on the show today. Geez, hello, folks. You invite someone on to talk about the issues, and this guy wants to talk about bone spurs and Donald Trump's foot. Come on. We're being fair and balanced here, people.